After 4 years of probing, with legal challenges along the way, the Integrity Commission published its 85-page report in September last year. It identified poor management as the leading cause of the demise of the Marketing and National Importing Board. According to the report, the conclusion was reached after a review of some of the MNIB's financial and operational reports, as well as independent auditors' findings. Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell says this report is available for public viewing and will serve as proof of why the MNIB is in the state it is presently in.
I think the issues surrounding the demise of MNIB are well documented. The Integrity Commission did a pretty exhaustive report, which I have. There is a version of it that's online, and I think anyone who doubts what corruption and mismanagement does to state entities and by extension the state, MNIB is a classic example of that.
Prime Minister Mitchell posed a question to the citizens of Grenada, hinting at the brazenness of the corruption that occurred.
We as citizens need to ask ourselves if we are going to stand by and continue to allow situations where, in our very face, because the deterioration of MNIB has happened in our face, we've stood by and watched it happen. Right? Notwithstanding that MNIB has a monopoly on sugar and dry milk. It still can't even, in the circumstances in which it's been placed, pay itself for the sugar and the dry milk. It can't pay its employees. It can't pay the farmers it is buying produce from, for the most part. And so that is what mismanagement, that is what corruption leads to.
The Prime Minister said now that the Integrity Commission has completed its investigations and report, the matter needs to move beyond investigation and onto the next stage.
We appreciate that it rests with the Director of Public Prosecutions to ultimately decide whether they prosecute anyone. But the fact is, if it is clear that it was wrongdoing, even it might be. And we have to get to the point where people are in fact held accountable for their actions when this sort of thing happens. I can't go and arrest anyone. I can't go and tell anyone to arrest anyone. That's for the police. That's for the Director of Public Prosecutions. But the reality is there has to come a point where there is some reckoning.
The Commission began its inquiry in August 2018 following the publication of newspaper articles about alleged breaches of the MNIB Act, allegations of misappropriation of funds, and conflict of interest. The process was delayed by litigation brought by former Chief Executive Officer Ruel Edwards in the High Court and the Court of Appeal. The Commission prevailed on both occasions as the judgment of His Lordship Justice Godfrey Smith in favor of the Commission was upheld. In keeping with international investigative procedures, a full report and a redacted version were prepared. The full report is to be used for follow-up investigation by law enforcement and the implementation of its recommendations by collaborating agencies and officers. Officials say it includes sensitive information that may require further investigation. The redacted report has eliminated the sensitive information. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.